Hello and welcome back to Gold Coin. My name is Kathy and I have some great exciting news for you today. I am celebrating 4 years. 4 years of making a major life-changing event in my life. It's my anniversary of actually saying, yes, I care about you. Yes, I'm willing to make the change. Yes, I'm going to give up some things. Yes, I'm going to put you first. Was it easy? Yes. But I am so excited because I never thought I would make it this far. I didn't even know if I would succeed. I had no idea what was ahead of me. I had no plans to ever talk to anybody about it. It was going to be my secret. It was just going to be me and, a couple close loved ones that would know. And I would just ride off into the sunset, happy forever. Well, let me tell you, it has been such a journey. And because of the hardship, the challenges, the bad days, the times where I just wanted to give up, and because of the many, many non-scale victories and many, many successes and happy days and just excitement that has happened in my life, I have chosen to take all of that and much more and share it with you. I feel like I need to pay it forward because I don't know that I could have done it without some of the people that were there with me, and also the development within myself that happened and took place has just been amazing. And I really want to pay it forward, and I want to share so many of the experiences that are going to help you. And you might be like, well, I don't know if I need help. Well, let me tell you something. If you're trying to lose weight, and it could be 20, it could be 50, it could be 100 pounds, you might need a little motivation, a little discipline, and then when those run out, you have to say no to your strongest excuse. And when that happens, that's when the rubber really meets the road, or the bean really meets the tortilla. What are you going to do? I was going over some of the things that I'm going to be sharing. I have a couple of podcasts that are already ready, and I have video and audio. And so, in whatever's your favorite media platform to use, I have quite a few. I do have the videos, they'll be on YouTube. If you use SoundCloud, I have SoundCloud. I have Apple Podcasts. If you use Google Play to listen to your podcast, I have that as well. So I have quite a few things just so that I could meet everybody and, somewhere in the middle or wherever you are. And I also have Instagram. Later on, maybe Facebook and Twitter if it's really needed. But that's where everything is, and also a website. So a couple of things that I've really noticed is that what I call the overhead and I call the full heart is what it takes to really make a lasting difference within yourself, to keep going and not give up. And even when you do fall, and even when you do temporarily say, okay, I'm done with this, that you're going to get yourself back up. So overhead, a lot of people would say it's the brain or the mental aspects of weight loss. And you're like, well, what do you mean? What does that have to do with it? Well, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. And that's the one thing that I didn't count on. I thought it was just lessening, my intake, and then I'm going to get smaller. Not realizing how much of up here that it was going to take to continue. Because before this time of April 2016, I had tried so many diets. I had succeeded in some, regained. I had just gave up on myself. I have just been devastated in that area of my life. I just couldn't seem to really, really make a difference that was long lasting. So some of the overhead things that I'm going to be talking about are your emotions, your feelings, the why, the how, your intellect. All of that plays into what you decide to do. And sometimes you could have like the most supportive family and the most supportive friends, and you can have everything at your disposal. You can have exercise equipment, and you can have a gym membership, and you can have the most top of the line exercise clothes, and you can have, that, a chef, and you could have, a personal trainer, and you can have all the money to buy the best foods and the best ingredients, and still you'll stop, and you'll basically stop on yourself. So all of those things, emotions, feelings, the why, the how, your intellect, those are a big, big deal. Those things right there, you know what? Let me tell you, I can make it at home, working out, and going to inexpensive markets and still make it. So it's not what you have on the outside, is what I'm trying to say. It's what you have on the inside that makes you successful. And a lot of times that has to be developed because we didn't develop that. We didn't either choose to, or somebody around us wasn't doing it. There's so many reasons, but we don't have to really worry about and think about why we didn't do something, because you're here today. And if you're listening to my voice, if you can handle to hear my voice just maybe 20 more minutes even, I just want you to know you've made the right decision. Yes, I am somebody who is a coach. Yes, I am into development. Yes, I am into growth. Yes, I have grit and determination. And yes, I do push. But my heart is huge, and I know the pain and the despair, the embarrassment of being 350 plus pounds and only being 5'3". And even if you're taller than that, that's a lot of weight to carry on a frame. If it wasn't, your frame to carry that much weight. And I'd say almost 20 years had a weight problem. Morbid obesity was my last straw. And, the full heart part of what I developed is about your physical and your body and your moving parts. And those things are very important too. But you can do all that, and you can have all the knowledge, and because I've talked to so many people, and I remember when I first started lifting weights, not like hardcore and everything. All these people are like, oh yeah, you do this, you do that, you do this. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know how to do this? You know how to work that machine? You know how much weights to do? You know what form to do? And they knew, but they didn't use it. So knowledge is power, but you have to use it. And sometimes we've just given up on ourselves. And we sometimes might put on our social media or send a text to somebody, self-care and self-love. But are you really? Are you really? Does it really show? Maybe you're a manager. Maybe you're a director. Maybe you're a spiritual leader. Maybe you are a mom, a dad, a sister, a brother. You're all aspects of life, all races, all economical backgrounds, right? It affects everybody. Not taking care of ourselves, not really taking inventory and asking that question. Can I do it? Now, basically myself, I was on like I said, my last thread. I thought, really, I'm too old. As everybody says, when you get older, it's going to be harder. Well, you know what? I've seen 21-year-olds that have a hard time. I've seen 16-year-olds that are having a hard time. 50-year-olds. It doesn't matter. But if you develop that inner strength and you have somebody right there in your corner that says, come on, I believe in you. You can do this. You can do it. So I just want to let you know that I'm over the moon. It's like it's my birthday, but it's not. But it is, because that was the day, April 18th, 2016, that I said, you know what? I'm not going to look back anymore. I just can't. I can't live like this anymore. I can't. I can barely walk. I can't walk upstairs. I had just moved into a new townhouse. Actually, here where I live now, and you see those stairs where it's that way. It would literally, I think I've counted those steps. Maybe there's like 25. And I could make it halfway up and I'd have to stop and literally have to, it'd take me like maybe 3 minutes to catch my breath. And I'd be like, if somebody was behind me, I'd be like, go ahead, go ahead. And, and then I can make it up the rest of the stairs in my own house. You know, it's like my body, my full heart, my physical body has started to give out on me already. It was like telling me this is enough. And maybe you're there. Maybe you're to that place where you're like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't live with this physical pain anymore that I'm causing myself. This mental anguish, this emotional hurt that I have, this depression, because I know that I could do more for me, you know? And if you've had weight loss surgery, great. If you haven't had weight loss surgery, great on that too, because I've been in both places. So it doesn't matter. You could say, oh, well, a lot of people, I noticed they're like, I did it all naturally. I did it all naturally too. I had help though. But after, even if you do have surgery, for those of you who have, or those of you who have a loved one who has, and you've experienced being around them, there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not magic. It's not overnight. It may look like it, because you see a person and then you see him again and you're like, whoa, he lost all this weight. But it doesn't mean that they can just, forever. They put work in, nutrition, exercise, just like somebody who may have not made that choice. Do I advocate for one or another? I advocate for just starting somewhere. Start somewhere. Start today and know that you're not alone. I have developed a couple of plans and I would love to have you sign up and be part of it. Invest in yourself. Look at it as an extreme investment in you. The same way you would go to the spa or educate yourself, or there's so many other ways that we invest in ourselves daily. It'd be the price of a cappuccino at Starbucks. It's all of that. And I am just over the moon. I'm just so excited because it took me a long time to come to this place. I knew that I was supposed to do something. I knew at the beginning of this year, I was like, oh man, you know what? I need to give back now because it's time. It's that time. And it's not the easiest thing to do because you're opening your life up and you're sharing things that maybe you might not want to share. Now, I'm not one of those people who I put before and after pictures of 350-pound Kathy and just her, little shorts and little bikini top. And then, now. I've never done that. And so there's a lot of people who they don't have a problem with it. They'll just share like, this is me before, this is me now. So for me, it's a big deal to be able to share the heartbreaks and the anguish and the hard times, and then share like the yay. I'd rather share the great picture like, hey, this is me now. But I know what really, really touches people is when they can relate, and when they can relate to the dark times and the light times. So that's something that I'm going to be sharing. And I don't care who you are welcome. Homegirls and homeboys, that's what you will be to me. Because when you share your weight loss journey, you become in a deep camaraderie. You become people that say, hey, we've experienced this journey together, and you've helped me, and I helped you. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you're golden for the rest of the time that I know you, because I admire anyone who takes those steps and says, you know what, I am going to make a difference in myself. Because the thing that I learned is that, and that's why I brought up what your occupation is, or if you have a family that you take care of, if you break down, how can you take care of those people? And if you are not taking care of you, you don't think those people that are under you know? They do. They know. They might not say it to you, but they know. I used to be in a position where I was over people. And I had that position where I would be the one that would suggest and guide and tell people pretty much what to do if they had a problem or they had an issue or they had something they needed to talk about. And I was really good. But the one thing is that I was able to share on so many aspects of life. How you do this and how you get out of that and how you work this out and that out. But there was always that area that I didn't have control. I didn't have the answer. I didn't put the work in. And that was when it came to my body. And I used to think, oh well, I'm a spiritual person and I'm very intelligent and I have a big heart. Who cares what my body looks like? You know what? That's just judgment. But you know what? It could be judgment, but at the same time, if I was really that intelligent and really that spiritual and really all of that, why didn't I care about this that carried me around on this earth all these years? Why didn't I take care of it? Was it because I didn't know how? Was it because I was just selfish? Yeah, selfish. Was it because I was just ignorant about things? Was it because I just didn't care enough? What was it? And those are some of the things that I'm going to talk about, because you're probably sitting there too like, man, I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight. And maybe you just want to lose 20 pounds. Girl, you can lose that 20 pounds and keep it off forever, right? It takes work. It takes determination, but it's a lot of fun. And the reason why I say it's fun and it's exciting and it'll be something that you look forward to. You'll go to sleep thinking about it. You'll wake up thinking about it. Why? Because you are bettering yourself. And when you are better, you're able to take care of your loved ones. You're able to lead. You're able to do the things that you're called to do that much better. I can do things so much better. It's amazing. People talk to me and they're like, wow, what happened to you? You're like, you just, yeah, because I'm taking care of the overhead and I'm taking care of the full heart part of myself. So when those two things are in synchrony, you are completely unstoppable. Unstoppable. And sometimes you need somebody to talk you off the ledge. I just would talk myself off the ledge, okay? Because you could be like, I was just having a conversation the other day with someone and they were talking about like, yeah, I walked by this, or I drove by this fast food place, a couple times. I drove by again and I drove by again. I was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth the taste. But, and then sometimes people don't want to be told like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. But what about all the cans? Have you ever thought about all the cans? Have you ever thought about how much it's going to benefit you? How exciting it is for you to better yourself in all kinds of ways? That's what I have. That's what I have to offer to you. And I'm amazed at how it all came to be, because I knew this anniversary was coming up. And I always said, I was kind of procrastinating, I was like, oh, I really don't want to put myself out there. I really don't want to show before and after pictures because, But then I thought, because of that woman, that 350-pound woman took the first step, I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of me. I made it. I made that decision. And yeah, it's been hard. And yes, it's been difficult. But I didn't stop. I may have fell over and had to be picked up several times. But I'm still going. I'm still on my journey. I'm still going forward. And I want you to join me. And that's what Gold Coin is all about. I call it Gold Coin because that's the name that was impressed upon my heart. And I really believe it doesn't matter what you think, or if you believe, hey, I believe in God, I believe in a higher power, I believe in, to me, that has no bearing on my relationship with you, because we're all humans and we're all in this together. And like I said, I didn't really, I knew I was supposed to do this. I did. And COVID-19 happened, and the whole world has been on shutdown, and no longer did I have an excuse, just like I didn't 4 years ago. I had to be stronger than my strongest excuse, and I've been home, and now I'm here, and I'm bringing it, and I'm bringing it 100%. And so if you are ready, just start listening to the podcasts, and then you make up your mind how much farther you want to go. like 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 me on YouTube, on Instagram, follow my pictures, follow my stories, and you will be so inspired. And maybe you know a friend or a family member who really needs to hear. So here are some of the topics. I'm going to talk about food palette, and that has to do with how your palate changes your tastes, and how it helps you, and the food palette that you choose to eat helps you to be successful. I'm going to talk about my surgery day, and I'm going to talk about all the details. Woo! And it's really good. I'm also going to be talking about protein. I'm going to be talking about body image and body dysmorphia. Oh my gosh, I already have one on that. I could go on. I could have like 15 podcasts on just that. Whew, it's amazing. I'm going to be talking about food. I love food. I do not. I'm not one of those people who doesn't like. I don't have certain foods that I don't eat. It's not that kind of diet or thing where it's like, okay, you're going to be restricting yourself, because for me to restrict myself from any of the food groups is like a punishment against myself. That's just for me, hear me out, hear me out. So, but it doesn't matter if you're into keto or paleo or vegetarian or vegan or pescatarian or a carnivore, or there's so many different. I know if I missed you, just let me know. And but it's all about the nutrition part of whatever the foods that you do eat. And yes, I do, have my favorite things and everything like that. So I'm going to talk a lot about that. Also going to be talking about beauty. There's a lot of things when you do start to lose a lot of weight, things that you can do along your journey that really help out a lot on that part. And I'm going to be talking about nutrition. I talked about that as well. And relationships. These are just some of the topics that I'm going to be covering. I've already have one that's a relationship my husband and we share. And it's so funny because at first you'll see the tape if you watch the video. I'm actually it's a little awkward, and then it smooths out and it's really good. He asks me actually some really hard questions about our relationship through this journey. So it's all about relationships, and even relationships with friends, and relationships with people who maybe you think are your friends and they're not your friends. And you find out a lot of things about yourself and boundaries. You find out a lot of things that you're going to tolerate and you're no longer going to tolerate, because if you're going to be successful, there's certain things they got to go, and there's no if, ands, or they got to go. Relationships, things that are maybe environments that you attach yourself to or have attached themselves to you, right? So there's so many things and so many aspects to this journey. And so my weight loss transformation journey is still on, and I just am going to share it with you and be a support and be a help, because I do help people. And it doesn't matter, like I said, who you are, where you come from, but join me and let's have a great time together. So before I close, I just want to give you a couple more stats about me. My name is Kathy, and I was 350 pounds. Yes, I was, and I'm 5'3", and I'm now 150, and I'm still on my journey to reaching the goal weight that I, want to reach. And I'm really excited about it because I get to share it with you, and I also get to see the continued growth in myself. When you're growing and you're maturing in all aspects of your life, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, like all the aspects that I talked about earlier, you're alive. You're truly alive. You're not just existing. You're not just, going through the motions. You're not a robot, you're not just like, here we go again. Have you ever heard people say, oh, it's the same old, same old? No, this is not that. This is not the same old, same old. This is not, oh, I'm just going to give you this and this and that. Go ahead and do it and check in with me once in a while. No, it takes more than that. It really does. I know for me it did. And there's other people who I'm sure too. I got a lot of support on Instagram. Right when I started my weight loss journey, I started looking at people like I didn't know what to do. I didn't go to the counseling. I did not go to a doctor that gave me instructions. I did not have a coach. I did not have a personal, chef or a trainer or anything like that. So I had to learn on my own. And that was very difficult, but it has turned out for my advantage because I had no one to look to and to, to give me the answers. I had to find them myself. And I had to put the work in, and I'm so glad that I did, and it's helped sustain me. And I know I'm on Instagram too, and I have a lot of people that I look up to, and I have my own coach, and I have a lot of people who inspire me and motivate me. But at the end of the day, it still has to come from me. That's why I wanted to share this, because the grit is real. The smile is real, but the grit behind the smile is even realer. So I'm going to share from grit to glory, from grit to glory, from grit to glory. I'll see you next time. Come find me on my website and check out everything. And I can't wait to meet you and have Zoom meetings with you and, chats with you, and just to see where you are, and let's get this party started. See you soon. Thanks for joining.